Here we are going to perform implicit differentiation. Implicit differentiation is whereby you equation like this. We are told that the equation is a curve is x squared y minus a y squared equals to 4a squared, and you are supposed to show that the y dx of this curve is. Now, in order to work out the first part of the equation here, remember we are having x squared y a squared ay squared squared. In order to differentiate this term, you see here is a product of x and y, and remember y is a function of x. So we are going to differentiate this keeping y constant. So we are going to say this is x y. And now the second case, we are going to keep x squared constant. We differentiate y, and this is going to be x squared y. Because we are having y, if you differentiate this, you're going to get y, and this one we're going to say minus. Of course, differentiating this, we're going to have these two going down, so it will be a y, then y. Anytime you are differentiating y, you must include the y dx, and this is a constant, so it's going to become 0 at that point. So we're going to put the like terms together with y dx, and basically this is going to reduce to x squared minus 2ay, then dy dx, and then shall say this is going to minus over 2xy. So with this, I can divide these both sides. I remain y, then dx equals negative 2xy. Divide by what? Divide by x squared minus 2a. With this minus, I can be able to rearrange with this equation, and I have 2xy over 2ay minus x squared. Because of this sign, I can be able to rearrange that sign. I take it down. I can start by writing 2ay. Okay, so you can see now we have arrived at that equation that arrived. Next part, you are told, hence find the coordinates of the point where the tangent to the curve is parallel to the y-axis. So remember, gradient of y-axis equals to infinity. So meaning the y curve, which is 2xy over 2ay minus x squared, is going to be infinity. How are we going to have this gradient in infinity? Because the gradient of the tangent is equal to the gradient of the curve. If the gradient of the tangent is parallel to the y-axis, it means also the gradient of the tangent, because the gradient of the tangent and the gradient of the curve must be equal. So if the tangent is parallel to the y-axis and the y-axis has infinity gradient, then it means also the gradient of the curve is infinity. So how are we going to get infinity here? Is when the denominator is, therefore we can be able to say 2ay minus x squared. So this is the equation we're going to use, and we shall say therefore for this y is squared over 2a, x squared over 2a. Find the coordinate of that particular point. We are going to substitute anywhere we have y, we are going to substitute this into the original equation. So this is going to be x squared. We are having y here, So we shall replace that with x squared of a minus a into x squared over 2a squared equals to 4a squared. So meaning that if we multiply this, we're going to have a power 4 over 2a minus, if we square this, we're going to get basically a into bracket x power 4 over 4 squared, right? 4 squared. And of course, this will cancel with one of the a's, and then we should have 4 at that point. So once we have this, we can be able to say our expression over 2a minus x power 4 over 4a is equal to 4. If we subtract this, we shall have x power 4 over 4a for this, and this is going to be 4a squared, and of course times 4a times, and this equation here was a cubed, so we maintain a cubed there. This is, I think, writing that cubed, so multiply by cubed, right? I think that is the case. Cubed, so multiply by 4a, this will cancel out, x raised to power 4, a raised to, find the fourth root here, x raised, this is values of, so with these values of x here, we are going to say the first point will be, first coordinate when is 2a, and the second will be when is a. So, but remember y equals to what? Y is equals to a squared over 2a, y equals to x squared, okay? From this equation that we were having here. So substituting the first one here, we have y is equal to a squared over, that is going, basically this is going to 4 divided by a squared, that's, substitute here negative also, so the coordinates where the tangent is parallel to the y-axis, this point.